Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights. Would like to give you a reporting of the mission that I've been given to do. But prior to giving that message to you, I'd like to report to the one that has given me the authority to do what I am reporting on, and that is God. God, I would like to report to you that I want to thank you for choosing me to teach me what it is you want me to know, and encouraging me and guiding me to stand before the people as I'm doing here today in a position that people might get this message more broadly. I want to start off by telling you, I first of all have recognized that you are all powerful and all allegiance is due to you and all loyalty. That being what I have recognized, I report to you that the people that I have gone amongst in the society and everywhere that I have been exposed to them don't give a damn about you. You are used as a tool for raising money and a tool to exploit others. It has been said that you're invisible and you care nothing about other people, so evil champions this life of all people. It doesn't mean that there are those that don't envy you, but it has been reduced to no power. All of the evil things that goes on in the world today goes on by those who perpetuate evil and those who sit by and allow it to happen. And as far as you are concerned, or as far as they are concerned about you, you just a tool to be used. I say that again, you're just a tool to be used. But I want everybody to know that's listening to my voice today that God is real, whether you believe it or not. I understand, my friends, and God knows that those of you who would like to know God don't know God because God hasn't had anyone to be honest with you and share with you the truth. So, as that is my introduction, I'd like to make my report to the people. As a social scientist and spokesman of basic human rights for all people, I have grown to experience the joy as well as the pain of others, which affords me the knowledge of God. It affords me also the knowledge of good and evil, its causes and its effects, thus allowing me to advocate for and challenge any of the ideals presented by misguided individuals and institutions of nations and interpretations of expressions and concerns. As a messenger of liberation for the American people and of the people of the earth, I say to you, as spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all human beings alive, I will tell you and speak to you the truth of what's happening in the social dispensation of our time. The people of the earth are deceived, all of them, including Americans, Democrats, Republicans, whites, blacks, including everyone else, rich and poor. The problem, ignorance. Ignorance of and from the human population, from the first conned family to the present. Many have encountered the truth and spoke it. However, for one reason or another, any instrument of truth that is reflected in action is killed. Many claim to know the truth, but without action, that truth is dead on arrival. The problem is obvious. In government, it is obvious. In politics, it is obvious. In democracy, it's obvious. In capitalism, it's obvious. In private enterprise, it's obvious. In religion and all systems of social operation, it is obvious. In order to know the truth, each individual must hold a true relationship with the author of life, Many refer to the author of life as God. To those, life is heavenly, evil-free. Rejecting that truth reflects a different outcome. To those, life is evil, absent heavenness. Heavenly represents people's satisfactions, people's needs, wants, and desires being met. This includes, but not limited to, housing and food and clothing, education, health care, transportation, infrastructure, and access to all things created by the hands of mankind, as needs, wants, and desires dictate. To assure the entitlement of such satisfaction requires that those that benefit from such heavenliness take a part in the manifestation of such benefits by engaging in the process of creating in such an abundance that no one is denied benefits thereof. This process promotes and produces peace, prosperity, freedom, joy, happiness, and dreams fulfilled. In addition, this concept requires a connection initiated by the people using their gifts to protect everyone from any negativity. And this must be the pursuit and its outcome. This concept must be as real in a commitment. It must be as real in a commitment as the maintenance of the computer. Computers work because the programming is designed to be successful, doing exactly what it's designed to achieve. One dot missing or out of place, one letter of its case out of its case requires one letter out of its case requirements, and nothing happens. Correct the programming, and it works. Heavenly results requires no less attention. Heavenliness requires that every effort is to produce adequate results to satisfy the needs, the wants, and desires of every citizen of any country and every human on earth. Break any one of these rules, and the heavenly way, like the computer, is negated. No good. Such is designed to reflect the system's failure and the social disorder. Hell is designed to reflect the failure of the social system. If anyone suffers the lack thereof, society must fix it. Or the consequence is that every person is accountable. Society needs to be reprogrammed, or its outcome remains evil. Masses in poverty. Let me repeat this. Society needs to be reprogrammed, or its outcome remains evil. The masses will be in poverty. The few own material gains. The process will involve lying and cheating and racism, poverty, crime, violence, hatred, racism, and war. But as a social scientist, I must say, throughout history, anyone speaking truth to power and following with action is killed, murdered, assassinated. This fear allows the people over the world at large to close their let me repeat this as well. This fear allows the people all over the world at large to close their eyes to destruction and allow evil to reign supreme. The problem has engulfed Republicans and Democrats, blacks and whites, men and women, American and all others. Every institution and department of government, domestic and foreign, is corrupt, such as the Supreme Court, education, healthcare, employment, etc. Everything expressed in this post somebody started making noise, so I kind of closed down, but I want to continue what I'm saying. Everything expressed in this post has been made evident over the past several years. The other day, I was going to an appointment, and there was a car accident, and it was terrible. Cars been up all across the street. I saw it. My heart began to cry. I couldn't stop the tears. Another day, I was watching television, and I saw a comedian who had recognized that there was a family, a big family, who had their own kids, and seen so many of the kids who needed care, wanted to maybe child protection in the form of adoption. And they were doing it. Big family. Had 2 vehicles in order to get them around, to go to church or go out to McDonald's or whatever. But someone stole the van. And this comedian was aware of that. And he instituted a program that ended up raising money from people everywhere who knew of this. And they bought this people an ideal heavenliness van. And as I saw this, I cried just as many tears of joy as I did for the pain I had seen in that devastated car accident. To me, that means something. I care about the ones that's hurting. I care about the ones who are rejoicing. That makes me involved in life. And so when I see people hurting, that means I got to do something about it. Not talk about it, but do something about it. When I see people rejoicing, I just spread that news and enjoy that as much as I possibly can. But I want you to know this, ladies and gentlemen. America and the world, under evil, has been programmed not to care. Not caring, not accountable, equals destruction. It's begging for the flood. America had over 400 years to correct its evils. They ignored it. And Trumpism has created to destroy this nation. This day affirms the rise and challenge of evil. Now, what am I saying? I'm saying that people don't even understand what your program is, God. They don't understand. You got people reading the Bible who have no spirit, have no understanding of truth. They're just doing what they've seen somebody else do. Some of them got their own reasons. Most of the ones that got big money, they're using you to raise big money, to make them important. Others are using you just to get them over the hump. But as far as telling the truth, telling people that they have to stand up and be a representation of what truth is, not just the politicians. They're not going to change anything, but make it worse. It will require the people to be filled with your spirit, to know what altruism is, and choose it over evil. So I say to the people who are being brought to borders and disseminated all over the American populace, go home. Go home, wherever you come from. You did the same thing in your country, the same things we're doing here. You allowed that evil to drive you. You allowed that evil to build to the point that they can do all of the things that you're running from them for. I say, your parents, grandparents, and so on and so forth allowed that to happen to you. And now you're running, leaving it to those who stay there. Go home. Do the right thing. Stand up for what's right. Challenge this evil that is causing you to give up. Stay at home. Do the right thing. But I'm saying to Americans, evil is tough. When I woke up this morning, I was listening to the television, and I saw that out of all of the justices and the things that they're saying in the United States about what Donald Trump has done, Donald Trump found him a judge that says, I don't care what he's done. And he says, when I stand up and kill somebody, I can get clear. What he was saying is that America is so evil. America is so evil that he didn't even have anything to worry about. America is so evil that for 7 years, I mean, all of his life he's probably been going through this, but for 7 years he's been put front and center. And everybody knows what he represents. And right now he's still out there pouring gasoline on the fire. And it seems as if nothing can pull him in. The courts, the law, all of the prejudices that have been exhibited, nothing can pull him in. He's still out there. And you know why? That's the way evil plays the game. That's how the evil rolls. Everybody's thinking about some money, see. They don't understand what it means to make sure that every last one of you, every last one of us, have the resources that I just mentioned earlier. We play an intricate part in making sure that actually happens. We don't require money. See, what we exist is that family structure. What kid have to worry about his clothes, his food? No kid has to worry about that. Why? Because his parents worry about that. And what I'm saying to you, that the system of this human race has been set up by the parent, God. So none of us would have to worry about food, clothing, shelter, education, because we got gifts and we all benefit from it. We participate in the process of causing a manifestation to the degree that there's an abundance that barns can't hold, the reservoir overflows. And no one suffers a lack thereof. Their needs, their wants, and their desires are met. You know, that speaks for God, but the devil say, to hell with that. Give me some money. You got some money, you can get this. You ain't got no money, go to hell. You got some money, you can go to school. No money, go to hell or get in debt. You're sick, you got some money, go to the doctor, or go to hell or get in debt. This is all it's about. And no one wants to hear saying, well, you can change the way and do it God's way, and everything will be made mellow. And so, Lord, I think about it. I read about it. I don't know if this is actually true, that these times are not new. That there was a time that this was so bad, so prevalent and bad, that a flood had to come and wipe this mess out. Well, for some strange reason, I'm constantly hearing that over in China, you know, China's supposed to be so progressive, right? They're supposed to be ahead of everything, right? Where one man is supposed to rule the whole population, come up with the ideas that satisfies that which is needed to satisfy those people. They built dams and things, supposedly establishing themselves as powerful enough to withstand what nature might rain down on them. But, I was watching the television the other day, and all I saw was floods. Those dams didn't mean a thing. That water was pushing them all down. I saw people's houses coming everywhere. I saw cars all down the street. I saw the power of nature showing China that, hey, you might be big, but you ain't that big. I also saw something about Afghanistan. I saw something about India. Not only that, I saw something happening in America. I saw the tsunami in Japan. Can you guys overcome that? I mean, can any of you overcome that? You do that, and maybe you might be considered as God. I don't think you can. I don't think you can. And we have no one who is able to put in a thing and condemn anybody. You talk about Russia's invasion in Ukraine. We hate that. People who care hate it. Other folks saying how to make money out of it. But how many of you hate the invasion of Iraq? Same thing. Same thing. People. So I'm telling you, and I'm speaking to the people of America and the people of the earth. Every last one of us are living in hell, and we are the ones that allow this hell to continue. And if you think you know something, you think you're valuable, stand up and speak the truth and walk according to it, and you will be dead in no time flat. Just want you to know that you're in hell. Stop trying to pretend like you know God. You don't. Now, is my message supposed to help you? I don't know. I'm just telling you what it is. What it means to you, I don't know. But I've done my portion. Thank you.